Hey, it's Kimmy K. Season 6 is sadly over, and it's time to reflect on the season as a whole and compare it to the majesty of Game of Thrones itself. We had times that were absolutely epic. There was shock, horror, enjoyment, and all the way through, it brought these characters to life that we know and love from all the other seasons. So let's look if it did justice to the series as a whole and compare it to the seasons we have in the past and the ones we look forward to in the future. Okay, so I have to be upfront with you all. This was probably not the best season we've ever got. I would say it's probably the second to worst or the worst season out of Game of Thrones. Now that still means it's really good compared to other TV shows, but in Game of Thrones context, they really let us down on this one. Now we had episode 10, which was the best cinematography we've ever had in any episode we've ever got on the show. It had the best score we've ever got. The plot lines were amazing, and it put us out in the season with this brilliant look into the endgame, which let us off at a really good note. Now when we look back to season 1, they made that season so incredible by accident. When they had finished filming in season 1, they realized they had too little amount of footage to be able to fill in the kind of space they needed to make a solid TV show, so they needed to have extra scenes to extend their season through every episode. So they had to go back and with no budget at all, do some really quick, cheap scenes with just characters talking out the plot between them. That's where we got the exposition and a whole bunch of really great dialogue scenes between characters. It's funny now that we look back at it, because that is what made the show so incredible. These amazing dialogues between characters that really didn't do much apart from explain this dense plot that really needed some more refining to make it easy for the audience and the characters to understand and move on. It's quite cool that we had this Easter egg from season 6 very much directly looking at this when Tyrion says the true history of the world is a history of great conversations, and that's just perfectly explaining what made Game of Thrones straight away so amazing. So things like that we have seen throughout all of the previous seasons of Game of Thrones is what put it at the top of the charts as the best TV show ever.
The Kingslayer!
Jaime. My name's Jaime.
Okay, to look at this season, let's start from the beginning with episode 1. So episode 1 was absolutely appalling for any premiere for any show. I thought it was a super disappointment when we got that first episode. Even though it had this brilliant shot coming in, I'm like, oh, this is gonna be so amazing. At the end, I felt, and probably most of you guys, so empty, like what did I just watch? Nothing happened. They're just stalling. Now for Game of Thrones, they really have to focus on 3 episodes to get really right. That's the premiere, episode 9, and episode 10. And they blew episode 9 and 10 out of the water this season. But the premiere is really what laid it down the most. Now we had scenes with like Davos and the Wall that really went nowhere with Jon's storyline. They were just kind of cleaning up where they left off at episode 10. Same with Jorah, same with Dany, same with pretty much every single storyline. The only new groundbreaking really thing they added to that episode was the reveal that Melisandre was really an old woman. It felt like it should have been an extension to season 5 rather than an opening to a brand new season. Now episode 2, that's where the ball starts to roll. I feel like they could have started the season at episode 2 with a lot of stuff in episode 2 and it would have made a whole bunch more sense and made the premiere really good. We got to see the expansion on Hodor's history and see him from the past know that he could talk and walk like everybody else. We got to see that really tense and incredible scene between Tyrion and the dragons, so that incredible link between them. We had the shocking scene of Ramsay killing his own father, then feeding his wife and child to his dogs. Foreshadowing! We had the death of Balon Greyjoy and the idea of the Kingsmoot starting to make its seed. And of course, we got Jon Snow back. That's exactly how everything should have started for this season. Now this sounds like I'm coming with a negative spin on it, but this season was incredible. Look at this amazing stuff we've been getting all throughout it. We had some brilliant stuff with Jon Snow returning. We had Daenerys making all the Dothraki bow down to her in this incredible way. We had Hold the Door. Come on, it was so incredible. But what was the shortfall of this season even though they had so many brilliant plot points to work with that could have made it so much better than everything we've ever got before. The setup was too long, with episode 1 being a shortfall, and episodes 6, 7 and 8 having closed loop storylines like the Hound, and with Arya not really having a very intense plot line. It was kind of really closed loop. She kind of gained a few skills and got a bit more better at doing what she did, but it really didn't hold the importance it had, and the plot potential was crushed. But all this was laying on foundations. Game of Thrones only has 10 episodes in each season, which is quite short and compact, so they can make brilliant, awesome payoffs happen almost every episode, maybe miss 1 or 2 throughout the entire season, and they really didn't do that. The flow of the whole season didn't work out well. It wasn't this brilliant wave or this really nice smooth line. It was kind of like this starting off bad with a few juts as it slowly slide forwards to the epic collapse at the end. Now, all of the stuff I've said is great and well and amazing because I'm brilliant, but what was my personal enjoyment of this season? And I must say, the experience and the payoff of this entire season was magnificent. The way that it worked out, with the season not being the best it could possibly be in the beginning, but laying on those foundations over and over and over again, made it so when they paid it off with episode 9 and episode 10, it left it to be the most amazing thing I have ever seen on Game of Thrones. It made me feel so happy to get brilliant, top-notch quality content that we hadn't seen throughout some of the other episodes, and made it match and surpass season 1, season 2, season 4, some brilliant stuff. And that, my friends, was season 6 of Game of Thrones. Hey, I hope you enjoyed that video. It was really incredible to have this amazing season to share with you all. This channel has grown absolutely absurdly throughout the season, and your feedbacks and comments have been amazing. So tell me what you thought about this season. I want to hear that all in the comment sections below, because I love hearing your guys' feedback. It's so great to have this community. Also, it'd be really nice if you guys went to audibletrial.com/king and got some of the brilliant audiobooks that they have available there. Now, the gap between season 6 and season 7 is going to be long and arduous, and there's going to be content from me and some other YouTubers that will keep it at bay. But if you really want to dive deep into some of the content, it's available throughout all the books, then you should go listen to those audiobooks. They're amazing. Also, you can check out the Dunk and Egg series, which is the Night of the Seven Kingdom. They have that on audiobook there. It's really good. It's like a spin-off series of Game of Thrones. So you can all check out that kind of stuff. I thank you so much, and make sure you subscribe. Do it.